Are you worried about IELTS speaking test? Especially the part where the examiner gives you a cue card and you have just 1 minute to prepare for it. So don't worry. I have prepared some sample cue card answers for you that will help you to speak naturally and confidently, just like band 8 and 9. Basically, I will show you how to structure your answer, use advanced vocabulary and natural phrases that impress the examiner. And remember that it's not about memorizing the answer, it's about style, fluency, and expressions so that you can recreate your answer on the exam day. So I'm giving you a tip here that while watching my video, you can pause my video and you can speak out my answer, my sample answer loudly in your own way, in your own style. After watching this video, you can also stand in front of mirror or record yourself, putting or improvising my answer in your own style. In this way, you can practice speaking. I think it works well for you. So cue card sample answer number one is uh, talk about a time when you received some good news. So what you have to talk about, when it happened, how you got the news, what the news was about, and explain why this news was so special for you. I would like to share an experience when I received some fantastic news that left me absolutely overjoyed. It was about 2 years ago, and I vividly remember the day because it marked a significant turning point in my career. At that time, I had applied for a position at a well known multinational company. The role was highly competitive, and I knew that many skilled professionals had also applied. The recruitment process was intense and included several challenging rounds of interviews, active tests, and even a presentation. Although I felt I had done my best, I wasn't entirely sure if I had made it because the competition was so stiff. The good news came unexpectedly on Friday afternoon. I was checking my emails, and there it was, a message from the company with the subject line, Congratulations. My hands trembled as I opened it, and I was over the moon to read that I had been selected for the position. The email also mentioned that I had performed exceptionally well in the final round, which boosted my confidence even more. I couldn't wait to share the news, so I immediately called my parents and close friends. Their excitement and pride made the moment even more special for me. Later that evening, my family organized a surprise dinner to celebrate the occasion. It was a heartwarming experience to sit together, share laughter, and discuss all the possibilities this opportunity could bring. This event holds a special place in my heart because it was not only a personal achievement but also a validation of my hard work and perseverance. It reminded me that patience and determination always pays off in the end. Whenever I think about that day, it inspires me to aim higher and embrace new challenges. And why this answer is band 9. You can see this chart I have prepared for you. You can pause this video and you can look into it. Okay. Cue card sample answer number two is describe an interesting person you met recently. So, what points you are going to cover? Who are they? How you met them? What they do? And why you think that person is interesting? Look into the answer. I would like to talk about a fascinating person I recently met at networking event. Her name is Sarah, and she is a software developer who is also deeply involved in sustainability projects. We met during a panel discussion on eco friendly technology, and I was immediately drawn to her insightful contributions to the conversation. What makes Sarah so interesting is her unique combination of skills and passions. She has an impressive background in coding and artificial intelligence, which are fields I find intriguing. But what sets her apart is how she uses her expertise to address environmental issues. For example, she shared how she's working on a project to reduce food waste using AI, which I thought was absolutely brilliant. Her ability to connect technology with real world problems left me truly inspired. Another thing I found remarkable about Sora is her personality. She is incredibly approachable despite her accomplishments, and she has the natural ability to make people feel comfortable. We had a long conversation after the panel, and she was so enthusiastic about sharing her knowledge and listening to others' ideas. Her optimism and passion for her work were contagious, and I left the event feeling motivated to pursue my career in this field. Meeting Sarah was not only an enriching experience but also a reminder of how impactful one person can be when they combine talent with purpose. I feel lucky to have crossed paths with her, and I am hoping to stay in touch and maybe even collaborate on a project someday. And you can see this sample chart I have prepared for you. Cue card sample number 3 is describe something healthy you enjoy. So you have to cover these points. What do you do? Where do you do it? Who you do it with? And why you think it's healthy. One healthy activity I genuinely enjoy is practicing yoga. I started this habit about 3 years ago and it has become an integral part of my daily routine. Every morning, I dedicate about 30 to 40 minutes to yoga in a quiet space at home, typically on a mat in my living room. I focus on combinations of stretches, breathing exercises, and meditation, which not only help me stay physically fit but also improve my mental clarity and emotional well being. What I love most about yoga is its versatility. There are countless poses and practices to suit every mood or need. On days when I feel tired, I do gentle stretches and breathing exercises which are incredibly calming. When I am feeling energetic, I incorporate more challenging poses like warrior pose or downward dog, which strengthen my muscles and improves flexibility. The health benefits of yoga are remarkable. Physically, I have noticed improvements in my posture and overall strength. Mentally, it helps me manage stress and remain focused throughout the day. It is also a fantastic way to connect with yourself and detach from the distractions of daily life. Another reason I enjoy yoga is that it doesn't require any fancy equipment or lot of space, making it very accessible. Plus, it's something I can do alone, giving me time to reflect and recharge. Over the years, yoga has become more than just exercise for me. It's a lifestyle that promotes balance, health, and positivity. So you can look into this sample chart, how I divide this into four categories. You can have a look on it. Cue card sample answer number 4 is describe a situation when you waited for something. So you have to cover these points, what you waited for, why you waited for it, and what do you do while waiting, and what you feel. You have to explain at the end what you feel after waiting for that thing. Let's look into the sample answer. I would like to share an experience where I had to wait for something very important. It was about 2 years ago when I was flying to visit my best friend who lives in another country. I was really excited about the trip because we hadn't seen each other in years and I had been looking forward to it for months. However, things didn't go as planned. When I got to the airport, I found out that my flight was delayed by 6 hours due to bad weather conditions. At first, I was a little annoyed and disappointed because I was eager to meet my friend, and the thought of sitting at the airport for so long seemed unbearable. But then I decided to make the most of the time. I started by finding a comfortable spot in the waiting area and reading a book I had brought with me. It was a gripping mystery novel, and getting lost in the story helped me forget about delay for a while. I also used the time to call my family and catch up with them, which was something I rarely got a chance to do. Later, I explored the airport, grabbed a coffee, and even indulged in some window shopping at the duty free stores. Eventually, the flight took off, and when I finally reached my destination, all the waiting felt worth it. My friend was there to greet me with a big smile, and we ended up having an amazing time together. This situation taught me the importance of patience and staying positive when things are out of my control. Instead of focusing on the inconvenience, I found ways to make the waiting period productive and enjoyable, which turned a frustrating situation into a memorable experience. So you can look into this chart. You got sample question number 5 is describe any law you like. So you have to cover these points. What is the law? How you follow it? And why you like this law? And what should happen if you break that law? So let's look into the sample answer. I would like to talk about traffic laws, particularly the rule that mandates wearing seat belts while driving or riding in a car. This law is enforced in most countries and aims to reduce the risk of injuries during accidents. It is a straightforward law, but its impact on saving life is extraordinary. According to statistics, wearing a seat belt can reduce the risk of serious injuries or fatalities by almost 50%, which makes it one of the simplest yet most effective safety measures. I first became fully aware of the law during our road safety campaign in my school when I was a teenager. We watched videos highlighting the consequences of not wearing a seatbelt, and those visuals left a lasting impression on me. Since then, I have always been very particular about buckling up, even for short trips. This law has become second nature to me and many others as it's a habit that ensures our safety. What I particularly admire about this law is that it's easy to follow, costs nothing, and protects people of all ages. Whether you are a driver, a passenger, wearing a seatbelt requires minimal effort, but it can also make a huge difference in preventing severe injuries. Moreover, this rule encourages a culture of responsibility and awareness, which is crucial for safe driving. In addition to its direct benefits, this law also has an educational aspect. Over the years, it has raised awareness about the importance of road safety and has inspired other safety measures, such as the child car seats and airbags. Overall, I believe that this is a vital law that contributes significantly to public health and safety. It's simple, effective, and something I think everyone should comply with without hesitation. And this is the scoring. You can see how I divide this scoring. So I have shared 5 cue card question samples and answers. I hope you like it. But the point here is it's not about memorizing the answer. It's about practicing. You have to follow the structure, the style, and you have to improvise that answer according to your needs. Okay. So I hope you like this video. Share with this video to anyone who is preparing for IELTS. If you want me to make this kind of videos, tell me in the comments. See you in the next video.